What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. So, let's talk anime for once. And honestly, since last year, I kind of started watching anime again. I know, I mean, I have been watching anime for a long time, but like not as much as I have been for the past few years. So, I felt like since last year I started, watching anime again, like on a regular basis, like every day kind of basis, like watching 5 to 10 different animes in a single day, waiting every week for the next release and whatnot, and maybe if there's a fully released series that I've never seen before, binge watch it in a full day or half, or I don't know, depending on how long the anime is. But this year, I wanna share with you guys the top 5 animes that I think are great. So this is gonna be a personal opinion, and my stipulation for this video is that all of these animes should have been airing in 2023, and they are going to be new animes. So like it's the first time they ever came out. So no season twos of any anime. Okay, so like no Gundam Witch from Mercury, no Spy Family season two, things like that. And even though I love it so much and I can't wait for the next season to come out, Vinland Saga is out of the list for me. So again, these are my top 5 animes for the first half of 2023. So yes, we've already passed the first half of 2023, and yes, this is basically already the middle of July. So yeah, we're already past the half of this month as well. But you could also say that these are my recommendations. I mean, it's up to you to watch them. And if you don't agree with this list, you can share your own favorite animes for this year down in this section, comment section below. So again, if you're going to share your favorite animes for this year, let them be new anime. Okay, that's my rule. Again, no season twos or threes of anything. Okay, should be new anime that came out in 2023. So, anyways, let's go. So first off, I'm gonna start with Tomo-chan is a girl. So yes, this is a rom-com anime, but it's hilarious. I do like the character designs, and the story is very, very simple. So you have Tomo Aizawa, a girl who, well, grew up as a tomboy, and she is doing her best to get recognized as a girl. So she is in love with her childhood best friend Junichiro Kubota. Although you could already see there are going to be some spoilers, I guess, but you get the overall gist of the anime. So of course, unbeknownst to Tomo, Junichiro has feelings for her as well, but like he's having trouble actually recognizing Tomo as a girl. Like he grew up seeing Tomo as one of the boys, and he actually thought that Tomo was a boy when they were in elementary school, and only found out that she was actually a girl during their junior high school or middle school days when Tomo started wearing girls' uniform. So yeah, it's there's a lot of mishaps. Tomo trying her best to act and look like a girl, and Junichiro trying to not show that, or like he's still coming to grips with the fact that Tomo is actually a girl, and like he couldn't even contain himself at times. But there are so many mishaps that kind of send you laughing. And again, like you really want them to be together in the end. So that's how I see Tomo-chan is a girl. So next off, we have High Card. Now this anime is more of your typical shonen power anime. So it's set in somewhat a fictionalized America. So we followed the story of Flint Oldman, a 17-year-old orphan who happens to have a mysterious card, which looks like the two of spades. But this card has magical powers. So in order to find out about these cards, so he eventually joins an organization where the members also have their own magical cards, and their job is to look for the rest of the cards. So you get 52 of them, and then of course like save the world or prevent evil people from getting their hands on these cards and not allowing them to use them for evil. So that is your basic plot for High Card. But I really think like the music is nice. Anyway, Tomo-chan is a girl, also has like nice opening and ending themes. So High Card, if you're into shonen anime, it's one for you. And then next up is campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. So this is an isekai anime. So we followed the story of Tsuyoshi Mukoda, who was accidentally summoned into another world. So he was summoned along with three high school students who have, amazing powers and your typical like hero stuff. But Tsuyoshi apparently doesn't have like the skills necessary to become a hero. So he's just thrown out of the castle and he's off on his own. However, he does have his absurd skill, which is online shopping. I know, it is strange. But here's the thing. So with his online shopping skills, so he is actually able to bring in food from our world and maybe other items that he'd probably need to survive as well. So he starts campfire cooking and it attracts the attention of a spirit called Fenrir. So Fenrir, in exchange for being fed, actually gives Tsuyoshi magical powers, or at least, he becomes Tsuyoshi's partner. So, Fel is actually an overpowered spirit, like almost godlike. But, eventually, Tsuyoshi gains blessings from from an actual goddess that improves his powers and magical skills and whatnot. So he becomes quite a powerful adventurer on his own right, but still mostly he owes all that overpoweredness to Fenrir. But what's very hilarious about this show and what got me stuck is that they have no shame in plugging actual Japanese brands. Now, let's say, for example, like different kinds of sauces that you know Tsuyoshi uses when cooking. So there is a brand called Ebara that specializes in like seasonings and sauces, like I've mentioned. So they actually use that Ebara brand name. I know. So it's blatant product placement. It's that shameless product placement that got me laughing. But again, the interactions between Fel and Fel is Fenrir's nickname, by the way, and the Tsuyoshi are also kind of funny. But again, it's that product placement that got me off my knees. Like it was a total knee slapper for me. So it's actually what got me into the show anyway. So next, we have Eminence in Shadow. So this is another isekai anime, and well, I forgot the main protagonist of this one. So he calls himself Shadow. So even before he was transported into another world, Shadow was actually a pretty powerful fighter. Although yes, he is human, he he has basically mastered every martial art that he can, and he knows a lot about the psychology, and you can also say he's quite a master of mental warfare as well. So he's smart, he's strong, he is powerful in his own human way. But here's the deal, here's the weakness: he is human, so he has human weaknesses, and of course dies a human death. However, one thing he desires most. So, uh, when he was training, so he tried to think of every possible weakness, or anything that could kill him, and he considers like nuclear bombs, right? So, uh, as a human, of course, he has no way of defending himself against such threats. So, in order to become the threat himself, so he desires magic. So apparently, he's reborn in another world, and he's reborn as a noble. So he uses his powers or his abilities that he learned in the real world, and then applies it in the other world, while, of course, again, learning or obtaining very, very powerful magic. So he becomes, uh, again, a very powerful warrior called Shadow. So again, this is your overpowered isekai anime where, uh, but the unique twist is the main protagonist has already been very, very powerful even before he was transported into another world. So definitely good isekai watch. So next we have the ice school guy and his female colleague. So this is set in an alternate reality Japan where people, or you could say magical spirits, or maybe even gods or whatnot, have actual descendants, and our main protagonist, Himuro-kun, there's no actual name, he's just called Himuro, really. So Himuro is a descendant of a Yuki Onna, an ice spirit. So usually Yuki Onna are women. So as a descendant of a Yuki Onna, Himuro has ice powers, so he's able to summon snow and ice at will. However, when he feels intense emotions, so he kind of loses his powers and they go haywire. So especially when he meets Fuyutsuki-san, so his female colleague, who, well, of course, this is also a love story, so he falls in love with her, and every time she does something adorable, so snow suddenly starts falling, even blizzards, and in some cases, like yeah, like a total snowstorm, although a snowstorm is a blizzard anyway. So again, when his emotions go out of control, so do his powers. But again, it's their interaction that makes the show run. Of course, there are also other characters who are descendants of other spirits, like a fox spirit or even a phoenix. So again, it's a really interesting cast of characters. So there you have it. These are my top 5 animes for the first half of 2023. So what do you guys think? So let me know down in the comment section below. Again, if you don't agree with this list, that's fine. But these are just my personal picks. And I know there are other animes out there that I really liked, but these are the 5 that I can clearly tell you about, from the top of my head. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you next time. Bye!